end of our journey to Sarajevo. It was a thought-provoking experience. The first thing we actually did was we went to see what a microfinance institution looked like in Bosnia. And for me, this was something that was new. I didn't know what to expect, as I'd obviously previously mentioned. It was nice to actually see how they function and how microfinance actually works in relation to how they do the lending, how they ensure that repayments are made. And it was nice to see that they had such a lovely relationship, such a close relationship with their clients, and their clients thought highly of them. The second part of our journey, we actually went to visit these clients, and it was wonderful to actually discover that these clients had such positive views on the loans they were taking. I was extremely concerned prior to coming to Bosnia that microfinance perhaps wouldn't be thought of as highly by the people who took the loans, purely because of the high interest rates and the repayment sort of terms. These people didn't mind. This was the only sort of avenue they had to lending and to sort of bettering their lives, which was great to see. The final part of our journey was actually having a look at my own history, my own personal upbringing, where I was brought up in Derventa, and it was great to see that it was still sort of being rebuilt. There were more people on the streets. I actually wasn't resented. That was my main fear. I thought, sometimes I feel guilty that I actually escaped the war in Bosnia at the point, at an early point. And sometimes I think to myself, oh, will people hate me for it, the people that stayed behind? And actually they don't. In fact, they were so pleased to see that I was doing something positive and that I was bringing something back into the country. It was also nice to see that there were more factories that were open, and people seemed a lot happier. Every time I come back, people are more and more happy and more content. For example, we met two old people in Derventa, and they were so enthusiastic about the work that was going on, about the rebuilding, and that was really, really encouraging. Overall, the whole experience has been emotional. I've had a lot of time to reflect. Throughout the trip, I've been talking to Sangeeta about this. I've never actually been to Bosnia with a view to have a look at the influence that the war has actually had and the impact it's had upon everyday people. I came here with my family to have a good time, to see members of family that have stayed behind, and it was always, I sort of just shut off, what previously happened to me. I'd never actually unlocked that little box. I hadn't pressed play on all these memories that I had, and this trip sort of allowed me to do that, and it's also allowed me to sort of bring through some sort of closure. For example, it was the first time I actually went into the block of apartments. I'm not too sure as to why I hadn't previously entered them. There was something that was sort of holding me back. Even though I'd walked past a million times, I'd never actually stepped foot inside. And it was good that I had the courage to do that.
We are now at Sarajevo airport, preparing to leave for Munich before arriving in Manchester. And I've just been sat here reflecting on the journey and my trip to Bosnia. And it's been a truly unique experience. Firstly, I'd like to thank everybody involved for the opportunity to actually come here and see firsthand how the microfinance institutions are working, how microfinance is making a difference to people's life firsthand. It makes me proud to work for an ethical company, working for the Cooperative Bank in England. It's miles away from here, but to see that what we're doing is having an impact on the local people and their everyday lives it's really an encouraging thing. It makes me sort of want to carry on going from strength to strength with microfinance.